Yeah.
So for most Muslims, obviously the people in this room are more educated than the average Muslim, but even in this room, there might be times when we encounter issues like this in the scholarship where we're troubled by something we read.
Right.
How does a person without your extensive training deal with those subjects? How do you ascertain whether this is just a scholar's problem or whether this is maybe something that you need to rethink your own? Yeah.
Well, I usually advise people the first thing is that as a person of faith, that if you're dealing with something that you come across in the Quran or something you come across in the authenticated Sunnah of the Prophet, that if you are troubled by it, then that is, first and foremost, that's not a problem. That you be troubled by something. There are many things that you can be troubled by. I mean, there are things in the Quran calls us to do certain things or allow certain things that, a lot of people say, well, I wouldn't do that. I mean, for instance, you can marry your cousin. I wouldn't marry my cousin. I'm like, I wouldn't, I couldn't do it. But it's okay to marry your cousin. So sometimes you'll be troubled by things. So that in itself is not necessarily a bad thing. But I think it's important for Muslims, especially, that when we approach the Quran, that we have to surrender to the fact or the belief that we're supposed to have that God is all wise, that God, He knows best. And I may not have the right interpretation right now, right? Or the interpretations I hear may not really fit my fancy, or I guess you say they don't really seem to add up, right? Let's leave fit the fancy out, because, if you're a person of faith, then fitting your fancy really is of no consequence. But it doesn't add up to me. It doesn't seem to really make sense to me, right? Then at least I don't doubt God's wisdom. I don't question God's wisdom. I say, it's okay. Guide me, help me here. Help me on this one, you see. And I think we begin as people of faith. And then we search. And we read and whatever, so we'll come across foolish people who are Muslims, a lot of foolish Muslims out there who have very crazy ideas about things as well. But we just try our best not to feel that those people are speaking for God, right? Mm-hmm.